I want to share some thoughts I had recently about culture, our culture in particular, and some of the issues that are kind of popping up. And I want to take it back. I remember like many years ago, maybe more than 10 years ago, I was talking to my cousin, and I was asking him, where does he like to live? Because he was thinking about going back home. He was born and raised in Syria. And so I asked him, like, okay, which would you prefer to live in? Do you like the US or would you like to go back home? What's your preference? And in my mind, I'm like, okay, who wouldn't want to live in America? Life's awesome. This is the greatest country on earth, right? We're all Americans. That's what we think. So it surprised me. His answer surprised me. He's like, I don't know. Both places have good things, right? America, life is easy. There's, but there's a lot of hard work that goes into living in America. And the other thing he pointed out was, like, in Syria, life can be hard, but you have this social support network that you don't have here. And he's like, after a hard day's work, everybody gets together, they have a meal together, they chat, they talk, they vent, they just basically, it's a community. They support each other. They're there for each other. And that's not something he feels here. We live very individual existences, right? If we have a family, if we're fortunate enough to have a family, we have that, nuclear family as our support network. But beyond that, on a daily basis, we don't really interact much with each other. We go to work, we come home, we just basically go through the routine, make dinner, go to bed, repeat. So, in light of the increasing violence I see in society, a lot of us are looking at gun control as the ultimate solution. Maybe mental health care as another thing we need to invest in and to improve our society and make us all safer. This is not something most of us have much say in. Like, I can't go out and vote for, better mental health care. I can't vote for, let's say, banning weapons. This is in the hands of the politicians. We can vote for the politicians and hope that they do the things that can protect us. But there's something deeper, and I think maybe even potentially more impactful, that we all have control over. And that's our culture, our community, the support that we lend to one another. And that's something that, that conversation like my cousin made really apparent to me, is that we have a lot, but we're also missing a lot. And I can't help but connect those ideas that because we don't have this social support network, because we're very individual, we exist very individually in America, that this allows people to fall through these cracks, get depressed, have increasing mental health issues. And then for those issues to spill over into suicide, into homicide, all sorts of horrible things. And I can't help but wonder, if we did kind of nurture a more loving, caring society, would that help? I'm curious to hear what you say. And I also wanted to share a few different pointers on how we could do that. And I definitely, I'm open to hearing how others think we can do that. But when I see a problem, there are 3 different levels. So, and first, if I see a problem, try to fix it with my hands. If I can't, then with my voice, okay? And then if even that, I can't do that, then at least in my heart, know that this is a wrong thing. And if opportunity does come around for me to do something, to do that. So, kind of using that as a framework, in our hearts, we can have this care, this sense of brotherhood, this sense of camaraderie. And I think that's a relatively easy thing. My family are immigrants to the country, but I feel very American. Why? Because it's a land not based on an ethnicity, not based on a single faith, but an idea, an ideology that talks about the respect and dignity of all human beings, something that we're all striving for. We're not there, but it's something we're striving for. And I think it's a beautiful thing that you don't see in other cultures, other societies. And I think so that unites us. This ideology that America represents unites us. And so I see this potential for a brotherhood there. And I see, like, we can we can find a connection with each other because we're all choosing to be here. We're all choosing to be a part of the society, this culture, this idea, this ideology. The second thing is, okay, so in our speech, how can we improve this culture? So I think maybe listening to other people speak, being there for them. If you notice that they're kind of withdrawn from society, give them a call, right? Text them, visit them, have a chat. If they're going through troubles, offer your advice. But I still think that, just being there and listening to their problems is probably the most powerful thing you can do. But again, they might need advice, so offer them that advice. They might need encouragement, offer them that encouragement. They might need to hear good things about themselves, offer them praises. Show them that you see something valuable in them, that you respect them for something. And then as far as actions go, sometimes there are like little things we can do that mean a lot. Giving people gifts, just out of the blue, not for any reason, not for any holiday, but just because. That's a very powerful thing we can do for each other. And it really creates and nurtures these bonds of brotherhood and sisterhood that can exist in society if we choose to go in that direction. The other thing is, sometimes people need help and you need to offer them that, right? Maybe they need money, maybe they need a ride, maybe they need, their housing situation is precarious. Help them find housing, maybe offer a room in your house. Maybe help them by filling out paperwork to get government assistance. There are so many different ways we can help each other. So I think that those three levels are kind of like a framework I use. If you guys have other ideas, I'd love to hear them, because I think there's a potential space where we can really improve life in our country, and we can directly impact the mental health crisis, the violence that we're seeing in society. So let me know what you think. Love to hear from you. Thanks.